Hello, dears. Um, I wanted to make a video to explain something. I'm making it for myself as well as those who care for me. I want to explain, I want to tell you a story about one of my friends who died. Okay, her name was Nicki. We met on the inside, which in mental health means a psych ward, okay? And we were friends 3 years after that, because we met in 2004. She lived in Chicago. I lived in Carroll Stream, which is about an hour away by train. And we both loved cats. She would take in FIV cats, feline immune deficiency virus, basically HIV for cats, okay? Hi, Jasper. Anyway, I would spend the night at her house, and she would spend the night at my house. And she got to know my parents. I was there for her graduation from college in May of 2007. And she was very proud of herself, and I was proud of her too. But things were always very hard for her mentally and emotionally. She had depression, bipolar depression, and one day she decided to take too much insulin because she also was diabetic, and she took too much insulin on purpose, and she wanted to die. This was October 31st, which is why Halloween is so hard for me. Because it doesn't symbolize the same thing it does for other people. It symbolizes for me the death of my former best friend, because she didn't die that night. She went into a coma, which is worse, okay? And comas aren't what you think they are. Because the hardest part for me was that for most of the time she was in her coma, she was conscious, okay? She was conscious. The person I knew as Nicki was gone because of the brain damage that was caused by the insulin and things. But she was conscious. Her body was conscious. I would sing to her. I would talk to her. But after 5 months of watching her not remember anything, watching her not talk, watching her look around her room like she was a newborn. She was a newborn. I couldn't handle it anymore. I was her medical power of attorney. She had made me her medical power of attorney. So I gave that to her mom. I gave that responsibility to her mother. And I moved here to Albuquerque. But I want to explain to you guys that experience has left scars that tell my head that every best friend I get that's female is gonna die on me. She's gonna die, and she's not gonna tell me. I'm gonna find a body. Because I was the one that we were miles apart. But I knew something was wrong that day. So on November 1st, Días de los Muertos, no? I called her apartment. I called her landlady and asked for a wellness check. And her landlady found her in a coma because I knew something was wrong. So I want you guys to know, especially the female friends I've got, this is tough for me. Every instinct in my body tells me that not to trust female best friends because they end up dying on me. Because she did. Now, I know it's not fair. I get it. I know it's a thought that isn't real. It's a fear. It's a fear I've got, yeah. Truth. But I do want to tell you that is why that fear exists, okay? That's why I have trouble trusting people. One of the reasons, okay? So I wanted to let you guys know that is part of my story. That is part of what makes Janisa who she is. The pain of watching someone who loved you not recognize you at all for months. So I want this video not to be an oh woe is me, oh you poor woman, no, because it was years ago. But it still affects my relationships. It still affects my mind and my emotions, and therefore my relationships, right? So I simply wanted to explain why I feel the way I do, why I have the fears that I do, so that you guys would know. I want you also to know that I love you guys, and I love all my subscribers. They're awesome. Thank you so much for supporting me in this endeavor with Dragonfire, with everything I go through on a daily basis. It really does help me to have this community, especially now. So I love you guys, and I want you to know that I care a great deal. Bye now.